Hey guys, I just got back from the range, spent several hours there, had a lot of fun testing different hand loads, trying to work up an accurate load for my Remington 700 in 308. It's the Remington 700 SPS Tactical with a 20-inch bull barrel. My first test was to see what effect, if any, the Lee Factory Crimp die had on my 308 hand loads. In this example here, I was shooting Nosler 168 grain match bullets. They usually do better than this. This is quite a poor grouping. I don't know if it was just, it was probably part of it was my fault, definitely. There was a little bit of wind, but anyways, that's what I shot. Not a good group. Anyhow, from 100 yards, this is a 5-shot group without any crimping around the bullets. And over here, using the same batch of ammo, I just took a few before I left for the range, and I crimped a few of them. And here's how we did over here. This versus this seems to be a little bit of an advantage with the factory crimp. Again, not the greatest shooting. You know, it's weird because when I sighted in the rifle today, I was using the same bullets, the Nosler 168s, and got a much better result. So take it for what you will. But it seems that the factory crimp die does make a little bit of a difference, and I'll probably start using it on my future reloads, at least for the Remington 700. Okay. The next thing that I wanted to test out. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's two more examples of non-crimped ammunition, reloaded ammunition. Over here, I was using Sierra's 175 grain Match Kings, a pretty good quality target bullet. Got a pretty decent 4-shot group there, and another grouping there. Not terrific, but it is what it is. That's without a crimp. And here we are with a factory crimp. Again, the same batch of hand loads. I've got a really nice little 3-shot clover leaf right there, and nice 4-shot group with a little flyer there as well. This was a 4-shot group, the tight clover leaf, and then that flyer. So yeah, it does seem that the Lee Factory Crimp die helps a little bit with accuracy, at least in my rifle. Not crimped and crimped. Okay. Then what I wanted to do was play with the seating depth. I read on some of the forums, and somebody at the range told me last time that your standard off-the-shelf Remington 700s tend to have a pretty big jump from the chamber into the rifling. And some people refer to it as it's actually a deep-throated rifle. Anyways, sometimes people can play with the seating depth to get it closer to the rifling. You don't want it to actually touch the rifling because that can cause a spike in pressure. But the theory is that if you get it just off where the rifling begins, that it's supposed to help with accuracy because the bullet doesn't have to jump as far to engage the rifling. In this target, this was the standard recommended length of 2.800 inches. And I got a couple of nice 3-shot groups there. Then all I did was add 5 thousandths of an inch to the bullet length. That's 2.800, that's 2.805, and this is all with the same batch of ammo. And look how the group size deteriorates from that to that. And then it gets even worse. This is 2.815. I actually jumped a whole 10 thousandths of an inch there. So that's 2.800, 2.805, 2.81. Here's 2.82, a little bit better, but it still doesn't look as nice as the regular 2.8 inches. So I think in this particular rifle, I'm just going to stick with the standard recommended length of 2.800. It seems to get the results that I need, and I don't have to worry about reliability issues, the round not chambering, things like that. I think with the Combination of just using the regular 2.800 inch length and using that factory crimp die, I think I'll be okay. Again, it is, it's not a high-end rifle, so I don't expect it to put, 5 shots in one hole. I'm sure it could be done with a better shooter, just not with my level, not yet at least. So that was with the Remington 700, and then it had been quite a while since I shot my Stag AR, so I wanted to take that out today, and I decided to finally get around to doing this. I did the, I believe the Army version of zeroing the A2 rear sight at 25 meters. I did pretty good at that, and according to this, once it's zeroed at 25 meters, it's got a battle zero of 300 meters. I tried it out. I tried shooting at a 300-yard target, and I was a good 7 or 8 inches high, maybe 6 inches high. And of course, 300 meters is farther than 300 yards. So when I held down just a bit, I was hitting 300-yard targets all day long. So I did this, and now I know that my AR is zeroed, correctly, and I can hit out to 300 yards with very little adjustment with my iron sights. So I was pretty happy about that. There's some good videos on YouTube on how to do this. I know Semi-Auto Rifle Lover just put out a video a few days ago on 2 different techniques. This Army method and a different 200-yard method. I just stuck with the plain Army method, and it worked out fine. And I also bought a pretty inexpensive red dot for mounting on the carry handle of my AR. Paid about $65 for it. It's a millet. It is made in China, but at least it's a millet red dot. And I calibrated that to 300 yards, and I had no problems. I was able to shoot with both eyes open and hit the little steel ram at 300 yards consistently. So I was pretty happy about that. So yeah, overall, pretty productive day at the range. I got some good information on my hand loads for my Remington 700. I do still have to try the Hornady AMAX bullets. I have a feeling those will do well in my rifle, but I've never tried them. I'm going to get some loads together and take it with me next time. Played around with the Factory Crimp. Seems to make a little bit of a difference. And up here I was trying Federal versus CCI primers. Not a whole hell of a lot of difference. I still have to try the CCI match grade primers though and see what happens with those. I picked up a couple of reloading supplies as well. Got myself another ammo holder case there. Got some primers, some Winchester small pistol, Federal large rifle, and one of my subscribers recommended this to me for 45 ACP, this Hodgdon tight group. So I was happy they had it in stock there at the reloading store, and I picked some up. And I'll have to try this out versus Blue Dot and see what happens. So just a little range update for you guys, and feel free to comment. Hope you guys have a good rest of the week. Thanks.